So here we are with the Ball Conquest Dan to Dan episode 5. Very slice of life. So you have Ken, who's very awkward and doesn't know what to say in the morning, to Momo. Momo kind of confronts him, bumps into him, and they have this nice conversation. Meanwhile, they both kind of lose each other with their usual school day, and they're just thinking about the company of each other. Now, something I think is really great is they both want to talk about each other's favorite things. So, Momo's now interested in aliens. But with Ken, he's interested in learning about ghosts from Momo. So it's a really cute relationship so far. And going into that, they kind of are looking for each other. And it kind of lands to them on two different park benches very close by, thinking about, dang, I wonder where they are. And they finally run into each other, and it becomes an awkward moment for Momo. So, they kind of tell each other off, and this is where we kind of get Ken down in the dumps. He's not feeling his best. But, further from that, let's talk about an event in this episode that I think needs to be looked at a little more. There is this pink-haired girl taking interest into Ken as he kind of bumps into her. And it is not what was expected. She's being very flirty with him, very nice, telling him kind things. As she goes off with her friend, we get to hear what she truly thinks. She's just messing with him. Clearly just trying to take advantage of a poor soul and make them feel good, just to talk trash about him. Meanwhile, Momo overhears this. So how does she retaliate? She drops a tub over top of the pink-haired girl's head. And I am pretty positive pink-haired girl will be given a name pretty soon. It seems like she's a fairly important character in this series just because it's in the opening. That's one thing. We go from that to Ken realizing that something's missing. And I'm talking about his balls are missing. Yeah, he was trying to tell Momo this whole time, and that's where all this became sort of a big mystery on what he wanted to tell her, and then we find out, because we kind of knew it, but we didn't know what part of the body was missing. So, after Momo destroys Pink Hair Girl that is now lying on the ground, she takes Ken on the arm and she's like, hey, let's go home together. They go off and they're kind of like confessing. It's sort of like a confession, not like a love confession. More like, hey, I really enjoy you and your company, but awkward enough, we get to learn about Ken's missing balls, which are, So, Granny, and I'm referring to Momo's Granny, does this ritual where she takes this cat statue. It's like I think it's like something to do with like Asian culture. It's that cat. The one you go to like one of those restaurants and it's like waving. Or like one of those coin banks, should I say. But anyway, she slaps Ken and Momo grasps onto that spiritual whatever inside of him and pulls it out. It goes into his cat. And we're kind of like confused because the cat like runs off. Momo awakens like a new type of power where she can see the pressures. And she follows it into the closets. And the realization is well, Granny's returned, but in cat form. It's just, yeah. Now, Momo likes this old lady. Because technically, she's like a good villain, right? She was there listening to all those young girls that got violated and destroyed in that area. And she was kind of like a watcher over the spirits. But there's this big pact going on about how I give my boy Kid his balls back and we'll give you your powers. She's like, okay. But she's like, drop the balls. So now I guess the whole mission is to find balls, which I think is insanity. Only something so crazy and weird can pull it off. It's got to be the show right here. Still loving it. Still great. Get right into the rating. Still at 8.6, man. Might even be at 8.7, though. I'm really liking this whole relationship thing. The slice of life. It felt nice. But at the same time, I want to see them be close together. They're just perfect together. I feel like Momo is really strong in regards, but you look at Ken, you're like, man, he's kind of unique in how nerdy he is and how different. They really play it well with the 1-2 punch with their main characters. But with all that, let's get to the question of the day. How did you feel about the missing ball arc that is now going on? I think it's going to be different and quite the thing. And in my head, I'm also wondering, what does Pink Hair Girl have to do with anything? I think we're going to find out in the next episode, just because that's where I stopped. Probably get to that as well. Stay safe, guys. Until next time, peace out.